Hello everyone. I'm bringing another video in which I will explain the way I give feedback on writing. The problem is that the school where I teach, the language academy where I'm teaching, we have some COVID protocols in which, we cannot give copies to students. I mean, we have to basically keep our students at a safe distance, and we cannot give them any copies or anything that goes from our side to their side. I mean, this is for face-to-face classes, and it also works for online classes as well. So I know that there are many ways in which you can give feedback on the writing, especially for exams when you're teaching exam classes. In my case, this is an example of a CAE class, Advanced C1, and it's a little. I mean, the thing is that I'm teaching in Europe, and we have a protection law for personal details and everything. So at the school, teachers are not allowed to have the students' details or anything of the sort. So they can send material or anything they do to an email account of the school, and I mean all the teachers have access to it, and I can get feedback. I can get everything they sent me. Um, so in this case, for example, I set up a writing task. It's a formal letter, and I'm going to explain how I'm going to give feedback to the students. So this is as anonymous as possible without creating an LMS or a Moodle or anything like that. And it's pretty simple. So the first thing I tell the students to write their to do their writing at this website. It's called Telegraph. It's telegraph.ph. It reads Telegraph, and it's a very simple website. I mean, website creator. I mean, you can publish your story, and basically they can do a lot of things here. Um, in that case, for example, I tell them to write they create like a unique website, very simple. So I'm going to explain here, for example, that they can. It's a title. I mean, for example, formal letter. Um, let's say business, and then your name. You're going to put Frank, which is my name, and then here they can write a letter. They can write everything. So, dear sir or madam, and then they can start writing. They can add pictures. They don't have to. I mean, in case of exam classes, they don't have to um, insert pictures, but they can, for example, um, select text and have bold or cursive. They can increase the size, reduce the size. Okay, or they can create quotes or links, and then once they're done, they hit on publish, and that's when they get here a unique address. That's what the students will send you. They will send you this address, and you are going to give them feedback. Now, since, I mean, when you access this from your browser, of course, you will not be able to edit anything. You will get something like this. This is something I got from a student. This is a real example, by the way. I got this from a student. He wrote it yesterday. You can see the date here. He didn't put any name or anything, but I know it came from him. So this is the letter that he wrote. It's supposed to be a formal letter, and the topic was the internet and new technologies. And the how do I give the feedback? How do I mark it up? I use this website. It's called, here you can see it's markup.io. So you sign up, you can create a free account. I know it says here pricing and everything. I mean, you can get a lot of, if you click on pricing, you can see, for example, that you have unlimited collaborators, unlimited projects, live support, and you have a lot of things. But honestly, for the free account, you get pretty much unlimited collaborators and unlimited projects. And you also have email support. So I think it's worth it just to sign up for the free account. So I'm here already in my account. This is feedback that I gave to another student. And so I basically what I do is I paste the address, the URL that I get here. So copy and I paste here. And then I click on go. I create a new project. In this case, I will put the name of the student here, which, by the way, it's Javier. So copy and edit here in the little pencil. And then I will change it later. I mean, because I put here which class it belongs to, so I know when I start having, you know, like different projects. I mean, I know where they come from. What I'm missing here, for example, is that I cannot create folders. So you cannot create folders in here in this window. You can do search. You can run a search, and you know, if you're looking for a specific student, you can search. Okay, so you open for markup, and this is what you get. You get a window, and then you can start selecting the areas where you would like to add comments. So this is basically a marking up writing comments. So so for example, I can start here. I'm writing with regard to an article appeared in last Monday's edition of your newspaper. So I here, for example, I've noticed that well, the whole thing, no, it's this whole sentence has a problem. So in this case, for example, I say this sentence needs revising. Okay, and here, for example, you can put this in bold. You can actually add a link. For example, if there is a source, a website in which the student can read a little more about what the mistake is, or if there's a video, for example. So there's basic editing. If you need bullet points, for example, you get here the bullet points. Or if it's a list, you can get also a list. I mean, you can have formatting, some basic formatting things here. For example, cross out text. And then I click on post. Once I do this, I click here. Once I'm done with all the feedback, I click here on share. And I don't need to write any emails. For example, in my case, I don't have the students' emails. I can send them a message through my school system. They have a system in which I can upload material and students can go and check. So what I do is that in his profile, I copy the invitation to the project. Now, if I open a new website, for example, let's say I go back here and then paste. It's opening. Paste. Now the thing is that I have it. I'm using containers in Firefox, but if I use, for example, and I mean the thing is that he gets an invitation in the email, and in the invitation, let's say I want to do this, and I'm going to open this in another folder. No, it's doing it again. Okay. Well, the thing is that the student will get an invitation and will not be able to see all the feedback until he creates gives a name. I mean, he doesn't even have to create an account. Basically, just by typing a name, he will be able to see all the comments. Um, I have an example here, which is from the one, another feedback that I gave. It was to Jesus. I mean, I have here, and for example, when he got this, he couldn't see the whole all the comments that I wrote, and for that, I mean, he either had to create a free account or just provide with a name, and that's it. No need to register, no need to do anything else. And then he can scroll down. He can scroll down here to see my comments, and just clicking on the different dots, numbers, and he will be able to see. Of course, one thing to remember is um, the students cannot edit the text. This is like a final revision. If they do, for example, an upgrade, I mean, if they want to, for example, improve the text, they have to go back, or they have to create another Telegraph text, and then they have to send it to you, so you will check it again. But they cannot edit the main text, because this is like a container. I mean, this is bringing what this person wrote in the original Telegraph website. So they cannot edit. They can only see the comments. They will not be able to do anything else. And I think I find it quite easy. I mean, it's not too much of a hassle, and the students' identities and email addresses are protected. In your case, for example, if you already have your students' email addresses or anything, I mean, because they're adults, yes, I mean, just go ahead and send them the invitation to the project, and then they will be able to save in their own folders. I mean, in their own accounts, they will be able to save all the work they have done. Okay, so it's a combination. Basically, it's a combination of this, which is the Telegraph website, which is very simple. There's no need to register or anything. It works really well for writing assignments, especially if you're working at a language school or academy, and markup this website. Okay, so if you have any questions, remember you can type your question in the comment sections below, and I will, to the best of my abilities, I will be able to answer to all your questions. So, well, thank you very much. Bye bye.